Are crazy women destroying the West? We are forever reading headlines about the mental health crisis in the West. We're told that we're becoming more and more unhappy and more crazy. In many Western countries, mental illness is now the leading cause of disability and responsible for 30 to 40% of chronic sick leave, costing us around 4 to 5% in GDP. But who are all these sad and mad people? Well, mostly they're women. Women are 3 times more likely to experience mental health problems than men, and they are twice as likely to be diagnosed with anxiety and depression than men. And this situation isn't improving, it's getting worse. Rates of self-harm among females have tripled in the last 30 years, and rates of suicidality have doubled. But hang on, I thought we had so much more mental health awareness now. The well-being industry is booming. This is the era of emotions and self-care. Aren't we all opening up about how we feel, going to therapy and working on ourselves? Well, yes, but that may be part of the problem. 70 to 80% of psychologists and therapists are also women. Given that 1 in 3 women will take antidepressants in their lifetime, how many of these female therapists are also depressed and anxious? So we likely have many depressed women seeking treatment from depressed women therapists.
They want a quality of outcome. People also said more on this. Let's check out first. They're not crazy. They're evil. Stop taking accountability from them. Destroying? No, they already destroyed it. With so many women projected to be single by 2030, I'm betting there will also be sharp increases in prostitution and female homelessness. You told them to be masculine. You told them they don't need men, that children are a leech on their life, that marriage is emotional labor, that you know what our men good for toxic masculine is holding them back from all their dreams in society, and that it's a boys' club and they're strong, independent boss babes, and they should open their body up to every single man they want to, because it's strong and independent, and she's getting to experiment with her sexuality and all that. She was a lie, all of it. You got played, you became a wage cuck, you pay most of your money in either the daycare to watch your kids, then you want to spend time with the kids that you just birthed. You can't because you got to go to work. So you are at work wondering what your kids are doing all day and who's watching them. If you could even trust them at daycare, and then you're slaving away at a job you hate because your boss, another man, is still yelling at you. Instead of being at home taking care of your man that actually loves you with your kids, that you actually want to be with. Did I mention you're a cuck for most of your money is being taken away anyway? I know they don't talk about that. And then you surround yourself with other broken, emotionally damaged, psychologically broken women that will tell you to live the same crabs in a bucket lifestyle that they're living, where they're sad, broken, getting pumped and dumped, can't find a man to save their life, always getting used and passing on that emotional trauma to you.
What's been happening in the Western world in, say, the last 50 years or so? Well, for a start, the amount of women in full-time work has increased by over 50%. Similarly, the amount of women who are unmarried and single over the age of 30 has increased from 18% to a whopping 54% in the last 30 years. And it is estimated that almost half of all women aged between 25 and 44 will be single by 2030. So, women are working more and they're marrying and having a family less. And they're becoming more depressed. This isn't only bad for women, it's bad for everyone. This is because all the gains made by extra productivity in the economy, of things becoming quicker, more efficient and cheaper, have been swallowed up by women entering the workplace. Now that there's 2 salaries, the man and the woman's, that can go towards the mortgage, all that has done is push asset prices up, which means that all the extra money earned goes on rent and mortgages, and there's no lifestyle improvement. All there is just greater difficulty in raising a family and maintaining a work-life balance. Alongside this, more and more women entering the workplace has brought about freedom-destroying equal pay laws. For example, the UK's equal pay laws, covered by the Equality Act, mean that men and women receive equal pay for equal work. That is, work that is similar, equivalent, or of equal value. But who decides what work is of equal value? Well, it seems that it's all down to how the judge interprets the law. So, for example, we have the shocking story of Birmingham City Council, where female dinner ladies argued that they should have been paid the same salary as dustbin men who had been earning more. The judge agreed with them, and the council had to pay out around 700 million, leaving the council bankrupt. Or, more recently, there's been the case of retail giant Next. After a 6-year legal battle in which female shop workers argued that it was not fair that they weren't being paid as much as warehouse workers.
Feminism will kill the West. Let's check out the comments. The age of reason is over. We now live in the age of feelings. A relative is a female therapist. She's absolutely nuts. Masculine republics give way to feminine democracies, and feminine democracies give way to tyranny. Aristotle. Women can't compete with men, which is why they force the government to create all of these garbage laws, which sole purpose is to make it so they don't need to compete with men on a fair level. And now there are growing talks in the West of banning wage negotiations so that women will always get paid the same, regardless of their skill versus their male counterparts. Fact is, women want equality of outcome communism because that's the only way they have even a snowball's chances in hell of obtaining the same outcome in life as men do. They know they are inferior to men, and all of feminism is nothing more than the female equivalent of short man syndrome. This is why they walk around with their stupid signs while screaming girl power, all day while complaining about the patriarchy. As a man, have you ever, and I mean ever, wished that you were a woman? Do they have any qualities that make you regret you were born male? Do you think you would be better off as a woman than as a man? Sure, if you are very pretty, then being a woman has tons of advantages, but that's only a small portion. Fact is, women were put onto this earth for one reason, so that men would have a method of making sure that they would have more future successors. This is literally the only reason they exist. Women have no redeeming qualities outside of being mothers. None. And every single day that passes, this becomes just a bit more obvious than before.
Woke. Since the mid-2000s, young women have becoming more and more left-wing. The growing ideological gap between men, who are more likely to lean conservative, and women, who are more likely to lean left, isn't really being caused by men becoming right-wing. It's actually because young women are increasingly adopting radical far-left positions. Perhaps, given that more of them are entering full-time work, which they struggle with because of their mental health, woke ideas such as harm reduction, focusing on emotions, caring for victim groups, and a critique of meritocratic capitalism appeals to them. If men can work long hours and work their way up the hierarchy quicker than women can, it's easier to call this patriarchy rather than accepting that men and women are just different and that women cannot compete with men. Diversity, equity and inclusion, safe spaces, therapeutic spaces, bringing your whole self to work, the tyranny of HR, harm reduction, psychological safety, emotionality, conformity and aversion to conflict and disagreement, perverse misplaced compassion, perverse misplaced empathy. This is the new academic environment. This is the new workplace. This is the new economy. This is the new legal system. This is the West, and it is being destroyed by toxic femininity and mentally unstable women.
LOL. You are probably a troll, and if not, I feel sorry for you. People also share their thoughts. Let's check out. A woman delivery driver came to deliver a package the other day. He arched her back in pain when she got out of the van and struggled to lift the box over the fence. Somehow, somewhere, somebody convinced her that this was better than being a mother at home with her kids. Uh, nailed it. And but a man can't say these things, or he will be labeled a misogynist. Their feminist empire is crumbling, and the only thing they have to say is, "Poor me, I was lied to." This is the result of creating a bunch of selfish snobs, then taking away their toys. Toxic empathy. Frustrated, aggrieved, and miserable people should not be given power. It has been established that talk therapy does not help anyone. I am so sick of these like hall monitors, that these Kens that have sprouted up in all branches of government, literally telling you how you should live your life, what you should believe in. This is so insane that society has gotten to this level, and it's only getting worse until we stop it. Draw a line in the sand. That's a wrap for today on MGTOW Sigma. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you're the first to know when the next video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you tomorrow.